Okay, everyone, we'll get started. We're going to have two speakers today. We had a couple of speakers that cannot make it, so we will have Michelle Phelan and Chiara Clayton to do their PowerPoints. We are currently recording. For those of you all who do not know me, I'm Pandora Hall. I'm the marketer for HomeWatch. And if you're not familiar with the Community Connectors, we started the Community Connectors about a year ago. And it's an effort to keep the Oakland County community and elder care service providers informed, engaged, and connected. Every month we have a variety of speakers that have the opportunity to educate our participants about their services and how they have worked through the pandemic. Again, we encourage you all to post your individual information in the chat feature, and any questions or comments that you may have, put it in the chat feature and we'll have Q&A afterwards. So the first speaker will be Chiara Clayton. She is the Communication and Outreach Specialist for Area Agency on Aging 1B. And Chiara, you have about 20 minutes. Without further ado, take it away.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. If I could have capability to share my screen, I'll go ahead and pull up my presentation. All right, thank you. Okay, how's everybody doing today?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. I only heard one person answer.
I'm here.
Thank you.
I'm good, thank you.
How you doing?
Thank you,
Good,
doing
thanks.
well.
Good. I'm sorry, everybody. It's just so hard. Sometimes you just feel so siloed in these things. So I just want to make sure that you guys are with me. So while I share this, all right, can everybody see my screen? Let me go ahead and go to, all right, let's go. Okay, well, good afternoon again. I am Chiara with the Area Agency on Aging 1B. Let me see. Can everybody see the presentation in full?
Yes.
Okay, because it looks a little, okay, perfect. Okay, so again, Chiara Clayton, Area Agency on Aging 1B, and I want to thank this organization for having me today to do a short presentation on our services. I am the Communications and Outreach Specialist for the agency, and I have the opportunity to go out and make sure that those that should know about us know about our services and programs. So hopefully you'll find this beneficial today and be able to share some of this information. But we are a national nonprofit, and we're dedicated to helping seniors remain living at home independently. So a lot of the stuff I'm going to go over is how we do that. But just know at the end of the day that we really try to service those who are 60 and up. But then also family caregivers who are caring for someone who's older, and then also adults with disability that are 18 and up. So who exactly are we? We are a national network. A lot of people don't know that, but we are nationwide. We were created through an act of Congress in 1974, which is the Older Americans Act. And there's 600 across the country, and we have 16 agencies in the state of Michigan. So my agency, which has the 1B indicator at the end, services 6 counties. We actually cover about 30% of the state as far as older adults are concerned. And when we say older adults, the state mandates an older adult as someone who was 60 and over. So we service Oakland, Macomb, Monroe, Livingston, St. Clair, and Washtenaw counties. So if you're in one of those 6 areas and you are in need of services, you would give us a call. But the great thing is we are really all connected. So if someone happens to call my agency, but they live outside of one of our 6 counties, we can't connect them with the agency from where they live. But just know that we're national. So if you know of someone who lives out of state or out of the Southeast Michigan area, there is an agency to service them. And with that, since we're so close to Wayne, I always like to make sure that everyone knows there are 2 agencies within Wayne County that service the area. So Detroit Area Agency on Aging, or DAAA, which you've probably seen before, services the city of Detroit. And then also, I like to just kind of constitute the areas that they service outside of Detroit as the suburbs that have a 313 area code. So that's an easy way to remember. So Hamtramck, Highland Park, Grosse Pointe, Harper Woods area. Their contact number is 313-446-4444. And then Senior Alliance, which is 1C, services everything else in Wayne County. So if you have anyone that you know that may need our services that live in Wayne, these are the two agencies that cover that area. And Senior Alliance has their 800 number, which is 800-815-1112. Okay, so I'm going to give a lot of information, but if you don't remember anything that I say, please remember our 800 number. That's the way that you can really stay in contact with us and be able to connect with everything that I'm going to go over. So we're toll free, 800-852-7795. That's Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. You will speak with someone live. We do have a service that if someone calls after hours that we're able to capture the information. And then we have a website that's a great resource if you just need to do a quick search for something. We update it daily with a lot of good information. So please check that out at aaa1b.org. So these are the two ways that you can connect with us. Okay, so a little bit about our programs. We do quite a bit, and I'm going to try to really condense this down, but our programs include our information and assistance telephone number, which is that 800 number that I just went over with you. We also offer Meals on Wheels. So we are one of the largest funders of Meals on Wheels, and we connect individuals with their local Meals on Wheels agency, and we help to fund and then also manage local agencies that provide that service. We offer home care programs. I'm going to go over 2 state-funded in-home care programs that we promote. We have a Medicare Medicaid assistance program. So if someone is aging into Medicare or they have Medicare and they are wanting to make changes and they just don't know everything that they're eligible to get, or what is covered, what's not covered, we train volunteers on that program to be able to give an unbiased overview to those that call that are in need of counseling on that end. We offer free health and wellness programs for older adults, and we really do a lot to support family caregivers. And when we say family caregivers, that means someone who is a non-paid caregiver who is caring for someone who is older. That could be a friend, that could be a family member, that could be a neighbor. We help find transportation assistance. That's a huge need right now. So we have a program that we offer that I'm going to go over. And then we also advocate for older adults. Since we're state and federally funded, a lot of what we are able to do is affected by our legislators. So we have a whole department that pretty much works with everyone in Lansing to make sure older adult services, funding, and just information is first and foremost in our legislators' minds. So those are some of our programs. And to go into some specifics, our information and assistance number, which is that 800 number, 800-852-7795, is a wonderful resource center, literally. We're located in Southfield, Michigan. Our office is right on Northwestern Highway in Franklin. But of course, for about the last year, we've all been working remotely. But our information and assistance number, or our resource center, is literally made up of about 15 dedicated resource specialists who take our phone calls when people call us looking for services. So we want to be the first place that someone turns to when they need help understanding long-term care options. What happens is when you call, our resource specialists are going to ask you a lot of questions, and they're really trying to see what we could possibly connect you with. A lot of people call with something specific in mind, but they may not know that there are tons of other resources available. So we help you find services and resources either from our database or services that we offer. So we offer specific things, but our database is literally made up of about 1,600 organizations, community groups, community partners within the 6 counties that we cover. We do a basic screening to see if the person is possibly eligible for government funded support. And then after the call, the information that was discussed, any contact information, details, just anything is sent out to that person. So it takes some of that footwork and that guesswork out of the person who is in need of services. And this could be an older adult who is 60 and older looking for resources, or that family caregiver who is caring for someone who is needing help and doesn't know where to turn. So again, 800-852-7795. Please share that. I always encourage everyone to call. Even if you don't know if something is available, give a call, and hopefully if there's that service is available, if we don't offer it, we can connect you with someone in one of the 6 counties that we cover that does. So when people call us, what are they looking for? These are the common questions we get. People are looking for housing, specifically for seniors, assisted living referrals, Meals on Wheels, and community dining, which is locations that we fund that offer a low-cost meal to an older adult, but then they also give them activities and a way to commune with each other. Hopefully when, the world goes back to whatever normal that we're going to be in after we're out of this pandemic, we can resume that. They are on pause right now, but we're looking to be able to hopefully resume that within the year. Home care, housekeeping, and assisted personal care. So people call us looking for referrals to in-home care within their area. And all of these services that you see, we actually have a vetting process. I get this question a lot. So if someone wants to connect with us that offers any of these services, we do have a vetting process before we put them in our database to refer out. Transportation, support groups, legal services, and it runs the gamut. So these are just some of the common things we see, but hopefully, again, if someone is calling looking for something, we can connect them with an organization or an entity that offers it in their area. Meals on Wheels, just want to touch on this for a minute. You have to be 60 and older to be eligible for Meals on Wheels and homebound. Those are the only 2 qualifications. There is no financial eligibility. You don't have to pay anything into it. We do ask for a donation if the person would like to give it, because this is funded through government dollars. So we want to make sure we can provide as many meals for as many people. But if someone can't donate, we don't turn them away. We literally partner with 13 providers. We give them funding and we help them to manage the Meals on Wheels in that area. So we don't provide the meals directly. We don't deliver the meals, but we provide funding and management to 13 agencies within our 6 counties. If you know of someone that may qualify or that may be looking for it, you can call our 800 number. We'll connect them with the agency by where they live. Okay, so this is a really dense part of the program, if you will, but I'm going to try to go through this and just know if you have questions or if you feel like something's not really jiving with you, call our 800 number. It starts there. Talk to a resource specialist, because the process for both of these programs start there. So we promote 2 state-funded in-home care programs. And what we're finding is that people are living longer, which is great. But as they age, people don't want to go into a nursing home. They don't want to leave the home that they're accustomed to, that they grew up in, or that they, lived in with their family. They want to stay at home, but they still need services to help them to remain independent and live a good quality of life. So we promote 2 state-funded programs that are funded through our state dollars that allow this. The first program is a community living program, or the CLP program, and the other one is the My Choice Home and Community-Based Waiver. So these are 2 programs where someone can get services that they would usually get if they went to live in some type of assisted living or nursing home. CLP is for someone who is over 60, who is pretty much independent, but they may need help with maybe one need a day. Like they may need help with personal care, or they may need help with, homemaking or housekeeping, but they're pretty independent. That program is a cost share program. So when someone calls to see if they're eligible, and they just have to be over 60, need help with one daily care living need, and live in one of our 6 counties, they're taken through a whole qualification process. There is no financial eligibility for this program. They just have to meet those 3 qualifications. What happens is the person's financial situation is assessed, and it's going to be deemed, depending on what their situation is, a case-by-case situation, what they can put towards the services and what we will pay for. Okay, so the contributions are always on a sliding scale, and it's a case-by-case situation. Unfortunately, right now for this program, because there is such a huge need, we're running a wait list. And we're not really including anyone on that right now until we can get that wait list down. The next program is the My Choice program, which is a Michigan or My Choice Home Community-Based Waiver Program, and that's available throughout the state. COP is only available in the 6 counties that we cover. And that program is pretty much paid for through Medicaid. So let me go to the next slide. So again, COP, Community Living Program, is 60 and older. The person must reside in one of our 6 counties and need help with one daily care need. That program provides 4 to 10 hours a week of services. And I'm going to get to what those services are. My Choice is for someone who is much sicker, who needs a lot more attention and a lot more help. 65 and older, or 18 and up with a disability for this program, okay? And then the person should be medically eligible for nursing home care. So this person should really be in a nursing home. And they do have to have a financial eligibility. They have to meet a certain level. So since Medicaid covers this program, one, the person has to be on Medicaid. And if you don't know what Medicaid is, it's an insurance given through the state for someone who is usually lower income to provide medical services, medical coverage. So we base this program as far as the financial eligibility on what the state level for Medicare as far as what the person's income is monthly. So right now for this year, the person cannot make over $2,349 a month, and they have to have assets less than $2,000 to qualify. So for My Choice, 65 and older, or 18 and up with a disability. So this does cover someone who's not a senior, but they have to be disabled and over 18. Medically eligible for nursing home level of care on Medicaid, and they can't, so that means they're not making more than $2,349 a month, and they have assets less than $2,000. When we say assets, we don't mean home or car, okay? And again, I know this is a lot, but just tell someone, if you know someone that you think qualify for either one of these. Oh, and let me back up. We're actively enrolling for My Choice right now. We are not for CLP. But if you think you know of someone that is qualified for either of these, have them call our 800 number. Go through the eligibility requirement with our resource specialist. So even if they don't qualify, or if we don't have availability, we can hopefully refer them to other services within our database, okay? So I know this is a lot and I'm kind of flying through everything, but just know these are available. Well, My Choice is right now. COP, we're hoping to be able to start again with the wait list and getting people on that list in a couple months. We're working through it, but just have the person call us, go through the qualification process, because these are need-based programs. So if someone is really in need of services, even on that wait list, they're going to be moved up. Even if they don't qualify for either one, we can hopefully refer them to something else, okay? So 800-852-7795, and have them start the process to go through and see if they qualify. So if they do qualify, what services do they get? So this is kind of a hodgepodge of both programs. I did include a asterisk, so that means My Choice only. So on all the programs, both programs, personal care, homemaking, caregiver respite is included. My Choice, because again, the person would technically be in a nursing home, they get a lot more. So it includes non-medical transportation. It includes environmental modifications. It includes meal preparation, not just Meals on Wheels. Private duty nursing, it also includes. So these are some of the services that the person can get. Again, they're assessed. It's a case-by-case situation. We employ nurses and social workers that are connected with the participant to be able to see what they need and to be able to schedule these services. Okay, so again, 800-852-7795 if you know of someone that may qualify for either one of these in-home care programs, or we may be able to refer them to something else. Okay, so My Ride 2, this is our transportation service. So we get a lot of calls via our 800 number for either older adults who are no longer driving, or caregivers who are caring for someone who no longer drives and they want to know their options for transportation. So we offer a one-click, one-call mobility management service called My Ride 2. It's available in Oakland, Macomb, Washtenaw, and Wayne County. So this is the one program that we offer that we can promote that is also available in Wayne County. So what happens is someone calls this, either our general 800 number, or My Ride has its own number, 855-697-4332. They talk to one of our mobility management specialists. They say, my mom has a doctor's appointment in 2 weeks. I live in Oakland County. Her doctor's appointment is in Macomb. What are my options? They'll literally go on a database, pull out everything that's available. Is it an Uber? Is it a Lyft? Is it a private transportation company that works with seniors? Is it a bus route? Is there a bus route available? They're going to give that person every transportation option based on where they're trying to go. If it's one of the companies that we offer or that we are able to promote to them and they want to set up a service, we will set that service up for them and make sure the ride is completed. We don't give the rides, we don't pay for the rides, but we're more of the concierge, if you will, to provide the service. So again, it's taking some of the footwork and guesswork out of what's available, but we also will train older adults on how to use the bus. So if you've been driving for 50 years, you haven't taken a bus in forever, but you find that's the situation you're in, we'll train an older adult on how to get from home to the supermarket or to the mall from your local bus route. So this is a great service. It's a free service. I'm not going to say the transportation is always free, but us coordinating and giving you the information is free. So please share this with anyone, again, available in Oakland, Macomb, Washtenaw, and Wayne counties. Health and wellness, just know we offer a full variety of health and wellness programs for older adults. We offer PATH classes, which is diabetes and chronic pain management. They used to be in person in our 6 counties, but now they're all virtual. They're free, and as long as you're over 60, you can partake in these. So we offer an aging mastery class, which teaches someone how to age like a master, a 10-week program that has a different topic every week, from financial to socializing to just everything. And it helps you to create a playbook on how to age. Matter of balance, it takes the fear out of falling. And again, due to COVID-19, I need to update this. They're not suspended, they're actually virtual. So you can call our 800 number and find out when the classes are being available, or go to our website. We have all of the classes listed there and you can sign up. And then we have 2 that I wanted to make sure that you knew of. We have a Powerful Tools for Caregiver virtual class. It's coming. It starts April 26th. That's a 6-week course. Then we have a virtual Matter of Balance that starts also on April 28th. Also on April 28th, that's an 8-week course. You can call the 800 number to register. It is virtual. We use GoToMeeting, and please share this with anyone that you know that may benefit from the classes. I threw this in here because we're getting ready to host a community conversation or online community forum. We do these every couple of years, but it's a great way to get your voice heard. And it's really just a conversation. So older adults, family caregivers, service providers, we want to hear from you. So it's pretty much a conversation on where should the money go that we get? What should we be spending the money on for older adults? What types of services do older adults need? So it's coming on May 13th at 1 o'clock. We usually do these in person, but this year it's going to be online. So you can go to bit.ly/AA1B forum to register. It's going to be via Zoom. So we invite you to join in for that. If anybody wants this flyer, I can email it to you, but please share this because we're trying to get as many people from our 6 counties as we can. Older Michiganians Week is coming. It used to be a day, now it's a week. I wanted to make sure you guys knew about this. It's pretty much all the area agencies on aging in the state. We get together and we usually go up to Lansing and have a wonderful day on the state capitol lawn, hanging out with our older adults. We bring older adults from all across the state, have them meet with their legislators. We have lunch, we have activities, but we're having to do it virtual now, but they've turned it into a week. So it's Senior Action Week, and it's literally a time for older adults to advocate with their lawmakers about older adult services and just topics. But there will be a live stream event on Wednesday, May 12th from 10 to 11:30, where legislators will be a part of it, older adults will be a part of it, and you can hear from your legislators on important issues that impact Michigan's most vulnerable population, which are our seniors. So I can send you this flyer. If you go to our Facebook and any of our social media, this event is there as well, but please attend, share it with older adults because we try to get as many people to advocate and have a voice to represent their area with their lawmakers. And I'm almost done, everybody. Last but not least, we try to really impact caregivers. So we have a host of resources for family caregivers or also for senior advocates. One is our Connect Guide, which is a long-term care guide with resources within our 6 counties for older adults. So it in the front, it has just general information on older adult and caregiver, just information, but in the back it's broken down by county. And if you're looking for an elder care attorney, support groups, home restoration, anything that you may need for an older adult, we break it down by county in the back of the book. So it's a great resource guide. We send them out for free, or it is downloadable on our website. We also have caregiver classes, powerful tools for caregivers I just went over. We offer one-day workshops, adult day centers. We refer out to those. So those are, if you've never heard of it, I think most of you have. A lot of people are looking for those in their area. We can refer you to an adult day center. We offer an online educational portal for someone who is caring specifically for someone with Alzheimer's or dementia called Trewalta. It's usually a cost, but if you sign up through us, we offer that for free. And then we have a CareHub newsletter that we send out bi-weekly. And if you'd like to be added to that, put your email in the chat and I'll add you to that. But all of this can be found on our website under the Caregiver Resource tab. Last but not least, please follow us on social media. I'm not just saying that because I happen to run all of our social platforms and spend a lot of time putting good information, but it's just a really good place to connect with us and also to see information that we're able to share. So we're on all 4. So if you're on any of these, please connect with us. And that is it. I know that's a lot, but just remember 800-852-7795, Area Agency on Aging, helping older adults 60 and older, their family caregivers, and adults with disabilities. And we're here to make sure older adults remain independent with the services that they need. Thank you.
Chiara has
Yes,
really
ma'am.
changed how I look at the Area Agency on Aging. I did not know it was so inclusive. I had no clue. Like, it's almost one-stop shopping for the elder community. You're nationwide, connecting people with an agency from wherever they are. You have a live person 24 hours, and you offer everything: in-home care, meals, transportation, providing funding and management. And I would like a join the conversation flyer as well. So if you can put your information in the chat box for everyone, that would be great, because it was a lot of information, but it was a lot of great information, because I certainly did not know that you all did all of that. And I certainly will be downloading the resource guide.
Perfect. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for
Thank
speaking and joining. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, next we have Michelle Phelan. And Michelle is the program coordinator for the Alzheimer's Association for the Michigan chapter. And you have about 20 minutes, Michelle.
Great, thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you to Home Watch Caregivers and to Chiara. Chiara and I have worked together before, and we refer a lot of people to the agency because they have a lot of great resources that definitely complement what the Alzheimer's Association has to offer. So thank you both. Okay, so I am a program coordinator with the Alzheimer's Association. So my role is to just make sure that we have support groups, education programs, and other resources out in the community. I'm just going to do an overview of our programs and also the different things that we do, because we do a lot more than just education and support groups and whatnot. So I'm sure I probably don't have to tell you all this, but we know that Alzheimer's has a significant impact financially, physically, emotionally. And we released our 2021 Facts and Figures report that has a lot of interesting information about the impact. So you can visit alz.org/facts to get that full document. It's pretty hefty, but has a lot of good information. And we also have a special segment of looking at the health disparities as well and how we can try to tackle those. And then we also know that Alzheimer's has an impact not just on those who actually have the disease, but also caregivers. And I mentioned that there's a financial impact to Alzheimer's, and it's not just with providing care, but also to caregivers. They might not be able to work like they normally had because of the responsibilities of caregiving. But don't worry, because Alzheimer's Association is here to help. So we have kind of 4 different pillars, you might want to call them, of what we do. So we have programs, we do care and support services. So that's offering those support groups and other resources to those affected by dementia. We focus on awareness. We want people to know about the warning signs so they can be diagnosed as quickly as possible. This just allows them to have their legal and financial matters in order and make sure that they have a higher quality of life and more time to cope with that diagnosis. But we also are the largest nonprofit funder of Alzheimer's research. We fund over 590 research projects in 31 countries worldwide. And then we also have advocacy. So we work with state and federal lawmakers to make sure that they are listening to the needs of those affected by Alzheimer's or other forms of dementia. So we are a nationwide nonprofit organization. We have chapters throughout the entire country. The Michigan chapter serves the entire state of Michigan, and we have office locations. They're all currently closed due to COVID, but we look forward to when we can get back to the offices in 10 different cities throughout the state. Even if you don't live in one of these cities, we cover the entire state. So we offer services and we travel to different cities within multiple counties. So one of our most beneficial resources, I think, is our 24/7 helpline. Anybody can call this helpline if they have any sort of dementia related question. So a lot of the times we get caregivers calling to ask for help on a particular issue, but there might be somebody with dementia that's struggling with their diagnosis, and they can call as well. You can call to get a referral to resources in your community. So if you want to see a new neurologist or be connected with an elder law attorney, you can contact the helpline and we'll send you a list of resources available in your community. We have master's level clinicians available 24/7 that are there to talk you through whatever issue you're managing, especially behavior or communication problems. And we have over 200 languages available, as well as TTY for those who are hearing impaired. So while the helpline is a wonderful resource, there are some people who could just benefit from having some more one-on-one care. So this is why we have care consultations. For care consultations, it really just involves a care counselor with the association connecting with a caregiver or maybe multiple caregivers, a full family, and they sit down, they complete an assessment together, and then create a person-centered plan of care. And then the care counselor will follow up with that family over a period of a few weeks or a few months just to make sure they feel comfortable in their situation. This is completely free to anybody who is being affected by dementia in the state of Michigan. If you know somebody who is interested or would benefit from this service, you can just have them call our 24/7 helpline. Again, that's 800-272-3900. So we have a lot of other programs that we offer. So first is education. I talked a little bit about how we really are trying to raise awareness of Alzheimer's disease. So we have a 10 warning signs program and just an understanding Alzheimer's and dementia program to cover those warning signs and the basics of the disease, just so people can learn a little bit more. We also want to focus on prevention. So we have a program called Healthy Living for Your Brain and Body, just to discuss some things you could possibly do to reduce your risk of developing a form of dementia. But we also know that it's important to provide information to caregivers. So we have a lot of different programs specifically geared towards caregivers, and there's programs on behaviors, communication, the different changes that happen throughout the multiple stages of Alzheimer's. And so really beneficial information. We also are now trying to do at least one program in Spanish per month. We have chapters throughout the country that offer programs in different language, such as Mandarin or Arabic. So we really are trying to expand those to make sure that they're accessible to everybody. We also have a recent partnership, or we're building on our partnership with the Michigan Alzheimer's Disease Center, and we are now having programs that focus on raising awareness of the increased risk of cognitive changes in individuals living with HIV. So those programs were just started a couple of months back. Support groups, most of them are geared towards caregivers or family members, friends, things like that. We have over 50 groups that meet monthly throughout the state of Michigan. Of course, everything now is either via Zoom, or we have some that are just specifically telephone groups for individuals who might prefer that technology. We do have a group for those in the early stage of Alzheimer's or another form of dementia, or who have mild cognitive impairment. And we have a Spanish speaking support group that meets monthly as well. And we all know how important social interaction is. So we have social engagement programs. These programs allow people with dementia and their caregivers or family members to connect with others who are on similar journeys, but to do some sort of fun, interactive, dementia-friendly activity. So we have partnerships with a lot of great institutions such as the Detroit Institute of Arts, Detroit Symphony Orchestra, Detroit Zoo, Henry Ford Museum, and we've been able to continue these partnerships and these programs virtually. So we've done virtual concerts, we had museum tours, all via Zoom, and all these programs are completely free to anybody. So you can visit or call our helpline or refer people to alz.org/GMC/virtual to learn more about all of these resources. And then just briefly, we know that people who have a developmental disability have an increased risk of developing dementia, and this population experiences different challenges and possibly different symptoms than those who do not have a developmental disability. So we do have a program specifically targeted for this population to make sure they have all the services they need. So we have education programs and behavioral management consultations. So if you are interested in any of this for developmental disabilities, I can definitely refer you to our coordinator who manages this program. We have many online tools as well. So alzconnected.org is an online messaging board. A lot of caregivers have told me it's like a 24/7 support group because you can go on, ask questions, provide information and comments and encouragements to others. It's not just for caregivers, it's also for people with dementia or others who might not be a primary caregiver, but still be affected in some way. And then alzheimersnavigator.org allows caregivers to complete an assessment online, and then based off those answers, they can create a care plan and then send that out to others in their care team. Communityresourcefinder.org allows individuals to search for resources in their area. They just have to type in their zip code and they can search for Alzheimer's Association programs or other resources such as transportation, care options, and a whole other sort of resources available in their area. And then of course, alz.org. This is just one of the best places to go. There's information, so much information. I still learn something new each time I dig around on alz.org. So definitely suggest that you go there. There's a lot of different topic sheets that are available too on a broad range of topics related to dementia. So thanks to some grant funding from multiple donors, we are able to provide respite care scholarships. So they are available in specific counties. They are really just geared towards anybody who has a form of dementia. And the only criteria is that they have some sort of dementia and that they live in one of the counties listed here. They are a $1,000 annual scholarship, and it can be used for like a professional organization that comes in to provide respite care, or it can be used for family or friends or neighbors that come in to provide respite care. We know how expensive care can be when you're caring for somebody with dementia, so we really want to share this information to all the caregivers out there. Hopefully it can help a little bit financially and also help with the caregiver's mental health. And I can answer any questions you have about that, but also refer any caregivers that you may know to our helpline email or our phone to get the application and some more information. It is not dependent on income. And then Medical Alert 24/7 wandering support. We know about 6 in 10 people with dementia wander at some point throughout the course of their disease. So to have some sort of wandering support is definitely helpful in case they go missing. It helps activate an emergency response and make sure that person is safely returned to their home. We have scholarships available to this as well due to a private family donor. And There isn't really any restrictions. It just has to be somebody with a form of dementia in the state of Michigan. And again, please call or email our helpline for more information. Now, I do most of the programs and things. A lot of people might only think of us as offering programs, or maybe you only think of us as offering research, but we are one of the largest nonprofit funder for Alzheimer's research. So we are invested in a lot of different projects throughout the country. We also host our annual Alzheimer's Association International Conference, which allows researchers to come together each year to share information, discuss what they've been working on. The 2020 conference was virtual, so we had more people than ever be able to attend. And the researchers, or one group of researchers, shared that they are working on a blood test to diagnose Alzheimer's disease. So that is, of course, still in the works, but it's super hopeful. We're hoping that in the next few years, that will be something that is approved by the FDA, because we know that one of the biggest challenges with Alzheimer's is just getting that diagnosis. It can take a long time. So hopefully this method will accelerate that diagnostic process a little bit more. Now, research is only successful if you have participants, which is why we have Trial Match. This is a free clinical studies matching service. If you are interested in somehow getting involved in research, you can sign up at trialmatch.alz.org. It doesn't automatically register you for any sort of research. It just gives you a list of studies in your area that you may be eligible for. You do not have to have dementia. You do not have to be 60 plus. You don't have to have a risk. So really anybody can sign up, and it's the best way to really help us to find some sort of treatment for the disease. And we also have our Science Hub app. If you want to download it in the App Store, it's just a great way to stay up to date on dementia research and news. I mentioned that we also have an advocacy pillar with the association. So we have a team that works at both the state and federal levels to try to raise awareness of dementia and make sure we increase our dementia care, our funding for dementia care and research. So within the past 10 years, we have significantly increased the funding that we have available. About 10 years ago, it was $448 million. In this past fiscal year, they approved $3.1 billion. So that's, again, about 10 times increase in the past 10 years. Or I think it's 7 times increase in the past 10 years. So that is thanks to our team and our many volunteers that have helped share their story to lawmakers. And then at the local level this year, we are trying to secure funding to develop a dementia care unit within the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. So we have a lot of volunteers who do work. We have an upcoming virtual advocacy day on April 27th, where we're able to have conversations directly with lawmakers and again, share our stories and talk about why this, why caring about Alzheimer's is so important. So how can we do all this? We are a nonprofit, so we do rely highly on donations. So one of our biggest fundraisers is the Walk to End Alzheimer's. We have about 25 walks throughout the state of Michigan, and we are planning for hopefully in-person walks this year because our walk season isn't until late summer into the fall. So the Walk to End Alzheimer's is not only a great way to raise money to make sure we can continue to offer all the programs and services we have, but it's also just a great way to raise awareness and show support for those who have been affected. So if you want to create a team, you can visit act.alz.org. And we also have the Longest Day, another great fundraiser, but it allows you to fundraise through an activity of your choice. So there's actually one gentleman who is running around Lake Michigan right now. So that sounds horrible to me, but it's a wonderful way to raise money. And he's doing that and donating all the money to the Alzheimer's Association. So you can really figure out a way to fundraise that is best interesting to you. And then just to answer some of the other questions that were prompted, you know, we have seen a kind of a change in the services we've offered, or the number of people that are using our services, especially with education programs and support groups. We understand that caregivers aren't able to, you know, step away from the person they're caring for an hour, hour and a half to watch an education program, talk with a support group. So we have seen a little bit of a decline with that. However, we are trying to do our best to try to still offer those virtual and dial-in options to everybody. And in terms of ways that you can help us, please just share our resources. We know there are 190,000 people in Michigan living with Alzheimer's, and even more that are affected through caregiving. And so we are definitely not even near reaching all of these people. So just trying to spread the word was really helpful. Too often I hear from caregivers that it might be later on in their journey or even after they've lost somebody to Alzheimer's, they say, where were you when I was going through this? And so we're really just trying to make people aware that we are here to help. So again, we have virtual programs and our helpline. You can also join the walk or do a longest day fundraiser. In terms of research, please go to alz.org/trial match. And then in terms of advocacy, again, this is a great way just to make sure that the government has this as a top priority. And it's really easy to get involved. Sometimes there's already pre-written emails and you just have to select who your state representative is and then send them that information. And that really helps us to secure more funding. So you can visit alzimpact.org. And that is a brief overview of everything that we offer. Again, if you have any questions that come up after this, please call our helpline. You can visit our website or feel free to contact me directly and I can get you the information you need. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Great job. A lot of great information once again. When is the longest day, by the way?
When?
Yes.
Yes, so it's the summer solstice. So I think that's June 20th. So it's supposed to be the longest day of the year because it represents the long days that caregivers experience because they have so many responsibilities. And so we really want to fight all the darkness associated with Alzheimer's disease and bring some light to it. And so it is important to note, though, if people want to do a fundraising activity, it doesn't have to be on that day. We do activities throughout the year. So if you would rather do something now or even something like in the winter, like a ski competition or anything, it really doesn't matter in terms of the specific date.
Thank you. Really good information. I like that you all have on 24/7 live helpline in different languages to help accommodate everyone and beneficial information to help the caregiver as well as the clients. That's really important. And I love how you all have been able to pivot with different virtual events to continue to help people and keep them engaged. Oh, and also the respite care scholarship. I really love that. Thank you. Is there anyone on the call who wants to share any information or resources really quick while we have a couple more minutes? You can feel free to do it now if you'd like.
I have a question for Michelle. I was just curious about the respite scholarships. I know a couple that live in I guess it's a group home in Troy, and she has been in hospice for a couple months, and he's her primary caregiver within this household where they don't really get personal care. I think they have hospice visiting, and he's very limited as far as when he can leave. And I'm just wondering if they would qualify for that.
It seems like they will qualify. So really all he has to do is complete an application and submit it to us as long as he lives in one of those select counties. And if she has a form of dementia, and then you can use that again to have any sort of like professional agency or organization to come in to provide some of that respite care, or if he just wants a friend or a neighbor or somebody to come in, you can use it that way too. And then for those of you who are who work for a organization that provides respite care, if you have clients that may benefit from this service, you can have them apply, and we're able to actually kind of take them out of the situation in terms of billing, and you're able to send the invoice directly to the Alzheimer's Association as long as we have an approved application from them.
So
But I
Michelle,
haven't, oh, sorry,
Good.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you can do that in conjunction with hospice, because hospice offers respite for all of their patients. They
Um,
do offer respite.
I know they come in and provide personal care, but I don't know how much.
They do respite too. All they have to do is call all they have to do is call whoever the hospice company is, Paula. They can offer usually up to 5 days of respite.
Okay, thank you.
yeah, so if it's something, I don't know how exactly, if it's something that's covered by like Medicare things, I don't know how that works with funding, but if it's something that the caregiver would typically be paying for, out of pocket, that's kind of when it can be applied. But I can, if you would like a flyer for that, please just email me and I can send that to you and you can distribute that. So if anyone's interested, they can get an application from us.
Okay, great, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Anything anyone wants to share really quick before we end the call, and I give you guys 9 minutes back of your day?
Pandora, I just wanted to tell you that I have the Health and Wellness Connects is going to be 10 to 10:45 on Tuesday, and the focus is going to be case managers, and social workers will be on that call so we can talk to them and just find out, like those that are marketing, of when and how things are going to look like going forward for hospital, nursing home, things of that nature. So
Thank you, Amanda. You did put your contact info in the chat box.
I sure did. Thank
Well,
you.
thank you, ma'am. And our next community connector will be May 20th. And subsequently, the title is, the topic is Care Managers and Elder Care Advocates at 3 o'clock. So I hope you all can join us. And if there's nothing else, thank you all for joining. You did an amazing job. This is recorded, so you will have access to it later. And I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everyone. Stay safe.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you.